What is up, good people? Rob here, Old City Vapor, back at you again with another video. Yep, that's right, it's Sunday and I'm throwing them down, you know, something like that. I get a day off and I'm just hanging out in the house because it's hotter than Satan's balls outside. It's like 100 degrees. It's going to try to rain, which it usually does most every day, except it hasn't rained, but it is getting dark. And it is getting gloomy, and I've heard a little bit of thunder. So who knows? Could start lightning any minute. The power could go out and just cut us off. Just bam. Just like that. But anyways, hanging out at the house, doing some reviews, and doing these reviews, I've been changing my cotton quite a bit, and I misplaced my bag of cotton bacon. And since, like I said in my cotton bacon review, I threw away all the other cotton I didn't have anymore, I get down to this little slim pickings of what I had pulled out to do reviews on. So I had to go get another bag of Yi Loong cotton bacon. While I was there, and speaking of there, I'm talking about Fusion Vapor, I went ahead and got one of these. This is the Fogger V4.1. Never had one of these before. Heard a lot about them. Heard some and saw some good reviews on the first versions, and ooh, I don't know. Let's see. Let's crack the seal and see what is in this little well-packaged, sturdy cardboard box. How's this open? Oh, okay. It's got the magnet. I like magnet boxes. Let's see. You're going to see it before I do. There is what beholdeth underneath this black cardboard casket. You get the little keychain screwdriver, which I ought to put on my keychain because this is something else I lose frequently. And when I say frequently, I emphasize the freak part of that. You get a bag. What's in here? You got some extra O-rings. You got some, looks like drip tip O-rings. You got some little tiny O-rings, I'm assuming, for the top chimney cap or something maybe. Looks like there's some wire and some silica and 1 or 2 extra screws. 3 or 4 extra screws. So you're all screwed up and you got a bag full of rubbers. You're good to go. You even have some silica and some wire. MacGyver could do a lot of stuff with just this little bag, so don't take it lightly. There's some serious business going on there. Here is the Fogger. Let's remove it from its entombed casket of cardboard and plastic. Man, I put these things in there tight. Let's look underneath. Is there anything hidden underneath? No, not a damn thing. No instructions. No instructions. Oh my God, what are we going to do? There's no instructions. Like anybody reads them anyways, really? So, there is the Fogger V4.1 in all its stainless glory. I was going to get a black one, but they were out of black ones. So I got this one. They also have the gold one, or the brass looking one. Drip tip, removable. Drip tip. Do other drip tips fit it, perhaps? Let's see. Look at that. Nice. Perfect fit with another drift tip. Coming around the corner. Let's take this bad biatch apart and see what's under the hood. Looky yonder. Parts and pieces. Pyrex. Rather thin Pyrex, but Pyrex none the same. There is the deck. Huh. I already like that the deck is out of focus. I'm going to do up closey here in just a minute so you can get an actual view of what the hell we're looking at. Has a copper contact for the bottom there. We got all kinds of parts and pieces. Here's the chimney and the top cap. So we're going to go up closey and check out all the parts and pieces here. I'm going to throw a build in it, and then you know what we're going to do? We're going to put some juice in this bad Mohammer, and we're going to vape it and see what all the hoopla is about. Because there's been quite a bit of talk about the Fogger, the new Fogger, the 4.1 or 4.4 some people call it. I don't know, but there you have it. I'm going to build it, and then we're going to vape it and see what happens. So we'll return shortly. Woohoo! So there it is up close, and there is your top cap. Here is the glass tank, the drip tip, and the chimney piece, which if it would focus you could see that the chimney piece has the little Fogger 4 on there. I went ahead and threw a build in here, and it's basically I went for a higher ohm coil this time, hopefully. This is 8 wraps of 28 gauge Canthal, and it should be reading in, yes, it's higher, definitely higher. We're going a little old school with this, 1.79, just to see what it would do at the 1.79 range. 1.8. Who even vapes that high anymore? Well, quite a few people actually. Just decided to throw a single coil in here to check that out. Use my giant scissors here. And we're going to see what this Biastich does at 1.79. What? Say what? And I hear these can be tricky to wick and all that stuff. So that's why I'm doing this video right now, just to go full on in the blind and just see what the fudge happens. Because hey, if it sucks, I can always pull it out and rebuild it, right? Let's just see. I'm totally being a total dipshit right now. I don't even know how to put this thing together. No, I'm just messing with you. Try and get the chimney on without farting up the cotton too bad. Throw the old glaciolene in there. Put the top on. Screw it down where it's nice and snug. Adjust my airflow. Not that way. That feels pretty good. Let's put some juice in this bad boy and see what happens. So yeah, like I say, I've heard good and I've heard bad about the Fogger. For 25 bucks, I figured, what the hell, I'm gonna try one and you know, just see what's up with it. I'm not gonna fill it all the way up because, like I say, I don't know if I'm gonna like that single coil like that. I may throw a dual coil in here, but just for shits and giggles, we put a super high, well, not really super high, but you know what I'm saying. We put a higher resistance coil in there. So I'm gonna go back up close. I'm gonna put it on the Hannah, and we're gonna take a vape and see what's happening with the Fogger V4. See if it works. Okay, hold on momentarily. I mean, look at the bubbles moving really slow on this. I'm really hoping I put enough juice on that cotton to begin with. Now that I think about it, I may not have, and I don't really want to get a dry hit right off the bat. Take a couple of dry pulls before I actually fire this thing. And we're going to hope that it wicks properly, because I've heard everybody says, you know, yeah, the Fogger works, but man, it's really hard to set up. It's really hard to wick and get, you know, working right. That wasn't a dry hit. Neither was that. Actually tastes pretty good, and like I say, a single coil in there, 1.7 ohm, almost 1.8 I think it was to begin with. And she seems to be vaping. No dry hit so far. Let's go ahead and give it the full run of hits. What do you think? If you see me get a dry hit, you'll know before I actually say it, right? Because if you never had a dry hit, it's like hell hath cometh in your mouth and lung. It is at 15 watts. It's reading 1.7 ohms. Let's see.
There's 5.
If I counted right, that was 10 consecutive pulls and an area dry hit. And those are pretty decent clouds coming out of a single coil at 1.7 ohms. Seems to have dropped just a hair. Wasn't it 1.78 or 79, something like that? Nary a dry hit. Seems every pull I'm taking, I'm seeing a bubble. See it? Look how slow that bubble's moving. That's some thick ass juice. Seems to be wicking like a champ. You saw that haphazard hack of a build that I threw in there. You know, single coil, high ohms. Well, you know, high. What's high? high a year ago was, 2.83 something, whatever. But all the videos that I've seen, people are throwing, 2.5 and, lower in here and, some 1 ohms and stuff. I just threw that together. What was it? I said 8 wraps at 28 gauge. Can thaw, threw it in there, chuck some cotton bacon in there, and I think, wicking wise, this cotton bacon, this stuff wicks unreal, so that may have a thing to do with it. Maybe I just got lucky and threw it in there just right. I don't know. All right, you saw it. This is the first I've had. I just bought this like an hour ago. Seems to be wicking quite fine. Since it is a higher ohm coil, let's throw it on the Provari, because this only goes down to 1.2, so it should work on here. I'm going to set it at 4 volts. Well, yeah, let's do 4. I don't know if you can see that. It's pretty bright light in this thing. Seems to be vaping quite fine on the Provari as well. Kind of funny, a $25 tank system Addy whatever on a Provari and a Hannah, but it just goes to show you don't have to have like you don't have to spend super bucks to get a decent vape. Could you get a better vape? Sure, certainly you could get a better vape, but not everybody has the bucks to drop on expensive gear. So for 25 bucks, do I think it was worth it? It's kind of a no-brainer, man. You saw the build that went in there. Nothing special by any means. Threw it in there and packed some cotton on it, and I was curious to even know if I put enough juice on that cotton. But it seems to be vaping and wicking just fine. So there you have it, the Fogger V4.1 version 4.1. I don't know. The Fogger 4, so it says. It comes packaged in a nice little sturdy box, and this is the Yi Loong version, the original. It's the real deal. Why would somebody want to clone a $25, $30 thing? I don't know, but there's plenty of clones of the Fogger out there. This is the real deal. Paid 25 bucks for it at Fusion Vapor just this afternoon, just like a little while ago. The whole point of the video kind of was, there's a lot way better videos on the Fogger out there, how to build it, how to take it apart, do this, do that. Shows a comprehensive build thrown in there. I figured I'd do something to just slap something in there that pretty much anybody could do. I'm no great coil master. Didn't look at my Coil Pro thing. Just wrap some freaking wire around my screwdriver here and threw it in there, tightened it down. Way easier to build than the K-Fun. I'm missing my K-Fun right now, and I just went over there to get some cotton. I figured, what the hell, I'll buy another tank thing and try it out. Maybe I'll like it, maybe I won't. Maybe it'll be a pain in the ass, maybe it won't. Seems to be, it's definitely easier to build on. Better screws, a little bit bigger deck than the K-Fun. Looks nice. Let's see what it looks like with the emit vapor reactor tip on it. Oh yeah, that's my favorite tip right now. Man, I may keep that tip on there when I'm using this thing. The standard tip, smaller diameter hole, sometimes that can increase the flavor or whatever. Even with this big bore jobber on there, still tastes plenty good. This is some good juice. Doesn't have a label on it. What is it? I'll be doing a review on this one soon. Ha ha. It's a mystery right now. Tastes good, vapes good, and it costs 25 bucks. There you have it. Old City Vapors, over and out. Does this thing really vape? It's a Fogger V4 on a Vamo V5. Let's give her a toot and see what she does. Well, that thing's smoking better than a pig in a pork pot, I tell you. Woo!